Hello.
Hi, Nirmala.
Hi Nirmala, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so sad that you will be leaving.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't think things pan out the way I anticipated. Sometimes, I know it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. So have you come ever time to Chicago?
Pardon me?
Have you come any time to Chicago?
Yeah, I visited there a couple of times. I live in Columbus, Ohio. It's about like 5.5 to 6 hours.
Hey guys, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Alex. This is Chandu.
Hi, Chandu.
Good morning,
Hey, Alex.
Hitesh.
Hi, Hitesh. Hi, Nirmala.
Hey.
All right. Let's see. Let me share my screen. You can just real quick review the progress where we're at. So from progress perspective, so we have those tasks in progress right now. So I just want to see where we're at with those. For the POC SOA invoice history summary development, how are we doing?
The history summary from the SOA or the e-business standpoint?
SOA. Yeah, this is the SOA task. We have invoice and we have order.
So I'm making progress on that. I also need the e-business API to be available so that I can integrate with e-business.
Okay. So let me see this one here real quick. Yeah, so Nirmala, you're working on the API, right now?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm testing it right now. So it's in good shape. So I'll talk to Chandu and then we'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay, and what about so we have order and invoice. Are you working on both or finding?
I'm working on both. I'm working on both. So orders, I already sent the API to Chandu. So if you need the data to be converted into XML, I was talking to Funny earlier. Also, if you need some additional things, but for most part, she can start working on it to integrate.
So the order SOA, I believe Hitesh is going to work on it.
Oh, order Hitesh, okay.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Funny here.
Hey, Funny. How you doing?
Hi, Alex. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you heard. So it's essentially Nirmala is working on both the invoice history summary and the order history summary.
Right. She's working on the header, like I'm currently working on the detail part. Yeah.
Okay. So detail. So if we put in progress, then the invoice details, right?
Yeah.
Invoice details.
Yeah. I have few clarifications which has been asked in the email. I see his email, Ethan's email on that. So the rest of things is clear. We'll start with those things. So I'm in the progress of developing those tasks.
Okay. So then
the order also, like we can start, like I'll start. I mean, order details is also something like I started looking into that and so we can put those things in progress.
Okay, so then technical design, then I can mark it as complete, right? Technical design, VBS, invoice, history, search.
Okay, there is a one specific sections, like we have updated most of the things. So section is about the migration. So those things, we are not clear like where exactly those latest codes has to be uploaded. And they said like there would be they also need to give a path and the file names and all that, right? So at this point, we don't have the latest files because the coding is still in the progress. So do we those things to be updated later or how we
Right. So what I did basically, I just put it on a hold right now. So essentially, once we complete the services, we can reopen those and put in progress. Because right now nobody's making any changes here.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Okay, and then for the SOA or order history development, we're not started yet, right?
We did started, and because I got busy with the design completion, so this is you can put it as started.
Started, okay. All right. Okay, so let me just do this real quick.
And you can put if you, I don't know if you get a chance to look at the order details design that is being completed. So design from our side completed.
Okay. Yeah, so the design. So I mean, from design perspective, like yeah, like we discussed, right? I mean, if we need to probably update it once the development is complete. So for now, we're just gonna put it on hold, and then once development is complete, we're gonna update the design and prep documentation for the deployment.
Right. Alex, do we have to share those things at this point as like whatever being completed to
They have access. I mean, they're looking at that. So I mean, they looking at our stuff. So
okay. So in our calls, do we mention that it's like other than the migration we have done, identify and let us know if there is anything else to be needed? Because like specifically, I'm more concerned like since we don't have an OCC where we would not be doing the whole integration testing. It's only from the SOA to EBS, and primarily whatever the unit test cases which we consider doing it is primarily from an testing them from an EBS point. We create an APIs and we created some scripts to test those APIs. But those are from a PL SQL scripting, not even from the SOA. Probably like SOA document would cover how to test and calling those APIs and what would be things there from the SOA point.
right.
So so the two different documents would have two different set of test cases.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So and then once that's ready, so essentially once unit testing is complete, the code is ready to move. We update technical design. We produce documentation. So we'll work with Etienne to kind of fill out that form for them and Joe, so they can deploy it.
Alex, I have one more question. So I see one email from Rick that like, I mean, we submit some timesheets against to the technical document related. So he was, I mean, I think it was being planned for 8 hours, right? So we spend that 8 hours on updating those all documents. So what should be the reply? Should I ask them to close? Because like if he closes, then we will not be able to update anything after that, right?
No, he closes the week. So essentially, when he closes the when you submit the timesheets, it basically just closes for the week. So you can still enter time under the technical design.
So I would reply him saying that this is almost done, and there would be certainly there would be few updates which would happen as progress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can just basically say that it's 90% complete, and we need to update it after the development is done with all the details for deployment, because that will flow. I think there is going to be deployment task, but I didn't see it here, but. There should be a deployment task based on the project plan that where we're going to work on updates. I think all the time will be logged under the deployment task.
Okay. Yeah. And one of major concern, Alex, like it full time for. I mean, I see like everybody is working for like 8 hours, some or other. The development and all those things like coordinating, changes, all those things are happening. So I mean, the planned hours, if it is crossing beyond, still we go and apply them, right?
So say it again. You're concerned about the amount of hours, or I don't understand.
The number of hours. If say there is. If there is any particular task, if it is like whatever the task which we are spending on that, like we are spending we are just submitting that. But say if the planned hours is, say, for example, 8 hours, and say, but what we done is like 15 hours, still we go and submit that 15 hours to the same against the task, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he will need to go then and adjust that. So he maybe manually will move time to a different Jira ticket so it doesn't show on the report that, overage there. Maybe under internal or something. So yeah, we'll review it. We can see we can move those hours too. But yeah, from your perspective, if you work on a task more than 8 hours, right, like I say 15, then yeah, you will get time under that task.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything specific which we wanted to discuss today?
I don't think so. I don't have anything from my side.
I will connect to you offline for the development related work, which I will schedule you.
Okay. All right. I mean, how about the OCC part, Alex? Like, are we not doing at all from the OCC point? Like, that should be primary goal, right? Like, they were.
So there is development happening right now. So we have guys, 2 developers actually working on the OCC side of things. So they're kind of getting ready for endpoints to be, kind of given to them. So once you complete development and endpoints are released, they will update the REST services on the storefront perspective to make it work.
One specific concern and the risk I see associated with this one is like at this point we are not doing OCC to test our scripts or from the SOA scripts. Say tomorrow if they say like there is a small change or if there is some change, then that can be a big change, right? Like
right. No, it's understood. I mean, if there is a change coming from their side, it's a change request, right? So essentially, we need to re-estimate and create CR for this. So yeah, there's no changes. I mean, it shouldn't be no changes. But if they want to change something, we have process for that, so we will address the changes.
Okay, that has change management. Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of the completion, so if we, for example, focus on those tasks in order, right? So essentially first working on a summary and then working on the details, right? So invoice summary, order summary, and then invoice details, order details. When do you guys think we can get the invoice summary and order summary?
Actually, invoice is order summary is something like we worked on. We shared these details before with the SOA. SOA team would be checking those. And invoice, we are almost ready. We have a few things to do that. Like after the call, it may take a couple of hours. But once we are ready, we will share those details with the SOA team. And SOA team will be checking the compatibility and everything, tags and the columns and all those information at their end. So we should be ready by like in a few hours. Like then if there is any changes to be done, then we will be making changes on top of it as per request.
Okay, and then from the SOA side, when do you guys think you will be able to complete the services for summer invoice and order?
Actually, once we go through the details which we getting from the ABS side, then we will be in a better position to tell you. So give us a couple of more days and we will let you know the exact status. But hopefully we should be in a very good shape by end of this week.
Okay. Yeah, let me know if you see any issues. Because it'd be great to get it by end of this week so we can start developing those.
I will keep you posted in every Scrum call, but I'm saying that we should be in a better shape by end of. But because as of now, we were just done through design. I have done I know Chandu has done the setup of the development environment. I have done the setup. So we just have to work in coordination with EBS team, and then we will let you know.
Yeah. So as per the project plan, order summary and invoice summary has to be development and the migration to be done in this week, right? Like the next.
Yeah, so that one is it's due on this Thursday.
From EBS point, I see that's achievable for both this order and invoice summary.
So funny.
Yeah.
You also need to factor in the response time that's taken to for the order summary and invoice summary to return the records.
Right. So so far, whatever, if it is something like we are passing an order number or and whatever the search criteria, I didn't see any performance related issues so far. Like, but we have to check like from the calling from an SOA. Until and unless the date range, whatever it is being provided, that we didn't see much of a delay at like from checking from the EBS point from the APIs, but we can check further, like into the details.
So can you let us know how long it's taking to execute the API, and if we have enough data or not? If not, we need to check with the AL to find the correct data set.
Data we would always have, right? Like it's only the parameters what we pass is the order number or the PO number or a date range. That's the only three criteria where you would be passing. Right? So if you are passing an order number, then that would be quick. But if you are passing, there would be an index column related to a certain search criteria. But there is no search criteria on the date point. So that's where that is the one thing which we have to check in detail level, and we have to give or suggest what would be the date range which would be ideal. I think last time in the AL call, they mentioned that they went on with the 90 days. So if any date range which is beyond the 90 days, then they are throwing an error message. So probably we have to do the same.
So we are testing against the dev e-business instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if the data reflects what is there in production. We need to ensure that we have the right data set to test against.
Okay. Data, if we are going to give the date range, say for example, if the dev instance, we can check like when was the last dates or probably like I think when it was being refreshed. Say for example, if it is been refreshed 6 months back, check, try to test with the data of last year. Right? So we can know until and unless the volume has really increased this year compared to last year, I think we should be fine with testing those sets.
I mean, I'm just bringing this. If you're comfortable, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So Alex, when we are testing with something very specific to the date ranges, we probably would be doing something before the clone dates. So if you want or anything specific date ranges to be tested, then we probably like, is there probably we can check with the AL team that they want any specific date range to be tested or included in our test cases.
Yeah, let me double check. Let me see from their perspective what the demo script they will use, and get back to you today on that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know Etienne, he's planning to do a demo to the clients, like a real time. So I want to ask him exactly what the script will be, what account he's going to use, what criteria settings he will be using. So this way we can use that for testing purposes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's nothing at this point from my end.
Yeah,
okay.
Good too.
All right, sounds good. So then I basically updated the due dates based to reflect the project plan, so it matches. So if you guys see some notification coming that's basically, I'm changing those due dates there in the tickets for the services. Okay, all right, sounds good. So let me reach out to Etienne, get the details about script testing for the demo so we can use that for unit testing. But otherwise, I don't think there's anything else we have outstanding right now.
We're all good now.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.